Hi everyone, it's Jason here, back in my studio. Um, Thought I'd do another quick video. Today's desk buddy is Revoltech Optimus Prime. Not strictly a Transformer because he doesn't transform, but I still like his design. Is pretty damn cool. I've got a few of these, so I'll probably showcase them a few times. I thought today I'd go through sort of my thought process of building a new PC. I know that a lot of you probably want to go ahead and buy the greatest, most expensive video cards and components you can and have it all flashy and things, but if it's your first build, I'm sorry to tell you that that's probably not the best route to go. Um, so this is what I would do if I was just starting out. Um, yeah, so I would go and check on Marketplace. Here's a couple of mine, but I was having a look. I just searched for a computer and come across this one here, which is sort of a bare bones machine. It's got an i3 9100 in it, kind of dusty and old, but the components inside are half decent, so I would probably purchase something like this, try and get him down a little bit on the price, and then put my money into buying the case that you actually want to finish your build into. I've built into most of these cases, Rotaniums and the Armageddon ones, sort of cheaper, but yeah, just make sure when you're looking at these, see some of them, the promo pictures have fans and all sorts of bits and pieces, but they actually don't come with the fans. It says no PS&U, no fans. Luckily that PC has a power supply in it. When you are looking for computers to use as your base machine, make sure to avoid proprietary machines like these Optiplexes and Dells and HP. Those are not going to have standardized parts. So you look for standardized parts, and what do I mean by that is that these Optiplexes and things like that, they have proprietary connectors for their power supplies and front headers, and it's just a pain. No matter what the specs are, you want to go standardized for your parts. In terms of cases, just look for what you want basically in your end product. Even if machine is going to be sort of a stepping stone for something else, grab the case that you want. Cases can go through many upgrade cycles, so something like this, it's got three fans in the front. You can use the power supply. Just when you are looking for machines like this, make sure you see them running. At least getting to the BIOS. Obviously this one doesn't have any GPU or hard drives in it, but if it can boot to BIOS, you're pretty safe from there. No affiliation with MSI, but there's only a few decent computer stores in Perth anyway. MSI is one of them. There's a couple of them around, but MSI and MSY unfortunately are very far away from me, so I try and look through and order all my parts first and then go pick them up. They have a number of fan kits as well. sort of 3 packs and ring lights and things like that. So just be careful with fans. You can see the one I was looking at before, this one here. It says ARGB fans. So hopefully those are standardized ARGB. Some companies have their own standard, I guess. But standard ARGB is what you want. So just ask them at the store. They should be able to tell you. I think these are probably standardized 3-pin ARGB fans, but then you can go ahead and look for the ARGB fan that you need, because some of them, I'll look for one that has a controller. See, things like this, it has a Molex connector, it's not ARGB. Maybe this one. Some of them have their own. See, this is what you're looking for, the 3-pin standardized ARGB. Some of them sort of come with a box that looks like this, but it's not standard ARGB. It's their own proprietary ARGB standard. I could say standard, but it's not really a standard. So yeah, hunt for a good baseline PC like this one. It's got i3 9th gen in it, 550 watt PSU and some RAM, and then look for the case that you're looking for. Say if I was choosing this one, start adding them to your cart. I probably wouldn't go with those because they don't quite fit up with those ones there. I'd probably go with something like maybe these ones here. Yeah, I'd probably go with these type of fans here. Yeah, I see. This one's not compatible because it's its own controller here. So probably avoid those ones too. But yeah, just go through and have a look, see what's going to be compatible. Usually they have more than this. Even though they say ARGB, not always the case. The controller boxes will plug into a 3-pin on your motherboard, but then you have two things to control. So yeah, you just got to be careful with that. Hopefully one day they come together and sort of hopefully they come together at some point and actually make a proper standard that's not all over the place. But yeah, apart from that, if I was to buy this one, I can see it needs hard drives as well. Probably ask him what the motherboard make is, because then, I mean, you can't really see it here, but if he can give you the motherboard make and model, I can see it's an MSI something, but then you can start building around what sort of storage, if it needs, if you can get away with NVMe storage or just a standard SSD. Let's storage, where is it? Hard drives. Yeah, so NVMe drives. Yeah, then you can start building around that. Most likely has an NVMe drive, I would say, on there, M.2. So yeah, then you can go ahead and start building out from the baseline. Alright, so in terms of graphics card, if we're looking at that that PC I was looking at before, and see that it has a 550 watt PSU in it, you'd have to match the graphics card to that PSU or vice versa. So obviously something like a 30, what I usually do when I'm looking at graphics cards is I'll do things like, if I'm looking for RTX 3080 Ti, I'll put PSU requirements, and it'll tell you 650. So obviously at least 750 to be safe for this one. So something, a 550 watt power supply, you'd be safe with things like GTX 1660, I'd say, Ti, 450, more than enough headroom for that. Maybe a RTX 3060. Yeah, so something like an RTX 3060 would be perfect for this machine. So then I'd go ahead and just start hunting for a 3060. Prices are coming down a bit now, so if I looked for a RTX 3060, I'm probably looking 400-500 range. Yeah, so 450. There's one there, 450. Just have a look around for them. It's non-TI version, but TI version maybe a bit more. But yeah, so I'd just match the PSU to the GPU. Make sure you're not overstressing the PSU. Yeah, a lot of these you'll see sort of here, see they have multiple for sale. In those cases, it's generally because they have dismantled a mining rig. Just recently there's been Ethereum has moved to proof of stake rather than proof of work, so what that means is that miners can't use their graphics cards to mine Ethereum anymore, which used to be the most profitable cryptocurrency to mine. So that's why you're seeing a lot of multiple graphics cards coming on the market, because people are dismantling their mining rigs. Yeah. Alright, so I hope that helped someone out there. I'll continue on with some build videos later on today maybe, and I've also got something else in mind. I think I'm going to re-put together my home lab, so it's sort of sitting on a dodgy shelf at the moment, so I'm thinking I'll probably put it on a new shelf, clean it up a little bit, and I'll probably video that process as well. Alright, thanks guys, bye.